And Ireland, aside from the long-term history, is also a country with really strong economy. It could be say like among the strongest in the European Union. So for the work, what I meant about the world-class education, Ireland is now ranked at the second most peaceful country in the world. So let's say if you come to a foreign country, such as like the US or Canada, there's gonna be something like on the street that could be like homeless or people with addiction. But for Ireland, you would never see that. There could be some homeless on the street, but technically the country is safe for everyone. And when I'm in Maynooth town and then when I see people on the street, technically all of them, as long as they see me, they will say. Everyone. Hi, Tiara. Hi, Utami. Thank you for having me today. Hi, everyone.
Alright, thank you. So, malam ini teman-teman kita bakal ngobrol sama Maynooth University, salah satu universitas tertua dan salah satu yang kalau kita bilang dari apa namanya dari segi reputasi juga sangat bagus di Ireland. Dan kalau di sini mungkin dibandingin sama Dublin ya, sorry kemarin kita sama di CU itu kan di Dublin. Nah kalau ini agak geser dikit gitu ya, agak ke suburb dikit. Jadi nanti dari apa namanya, Han bakal bantu kita run through dan presentasi apa sih sebenarnya seperti apa sih Maynooth University itu. So Han, just to give you a heads up, so because our audience, you know we just try to cater to like variety of audience, and then this is why what we've done with past university partners who attended the events is that maybe we will take turn, uh like you will say something and the I will translate like the statements or the answers coming from you, but that will be only for Q&A session. We can rest assured that in terms of like presentation, I make sure that the audience here can follow with visual assistance and such. So I think without any further ado, I will give it to Han. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Tiara. So I will try to be slow during my presentation. So if any of you have any questions or any concern on my presentation, just feel free to stop me or just send a message into our chat box. So I will make it like as clear as possible for you all. And okay. So I will start sharing my presentation. Okay, I hope you all see my screen now. Okay. So again, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for spending time with us today to get to know about Maynooth University, to get to know about studying in Ireland, and everything. I mean, like to prepare for your journey to study abroad. So first thing, a little bit about Ireland. So on the screen, you may see this is the flag of Ireland. So the colors in order will be green, white, and orange. Some people will confuse Irish flag with some other countries such as like India or Italy. So this is just for when you want to know when to learn about a country. So Maynooth University is a national university of Ireland. We are a constituent university of the National University Association. So you can be assured that the quality and also the standard of the university is monitored by the country, and it met the standard for across the European institution as well. So moving to the next one. So there's some information that will answer for your question, like why Ireland, why you choose to study in Ireland. First thing, this is I mean, like this country offer like world-class education, of course, and it's had a really natural, beautiful geography. If you love like the country with like natural landscape, natural environment, get close to like the environment, Ireland's gonna be a really good option. And the country itself have a really long history and mythology as well. If you into something like history or even ghost stories or the cultural heritage, a lot of things that will be available in Ireland. And Ireland, aside from the long-term history, is also a country with really strong economy. It could be say like among the strongest in the European Union. So for the work, what I meant about the world-class education, Ireland is now ranked at the second most peaceful country in the world. So let's say if you come to a foreign country, you such as like the US or Canada, there's gonna be something like on the street that could be like homeless or people with addiction. But for Ireland, you would never see that. There could be some homeless on the street, but technically the country is safe for everyone. And when I in Maynooth town and then when I see people on the street, technically all of them, as long as they see me, they will say hello, how are you? Yeah, they're really friendly. The community is really friendly, and especially the country, they speak only English as the native language. So let's say there will be Irish language somewhere or presented in the country, but it's just for like something for them to maintain their heritage or their history. But in the daily life, they would only use English for everything, including daily life and communication, and also for education. So you don't have to worry about like learning the third language. And the international student population in Ireland is now occupy around 15% among the student population from more than 160 countries. So this is you can be confident that this country is open for international students, and they have like they already mature in welcoming international students. And currently they have 8 universities listed on the World University ranking, including Maynooth University. We are among the top 3% university in the world. And going to Ireland, you also have a chance to stay back in the country after you graduate for 1 or 2 years, depending on your level of study. So 1 or 2 years is the time for you to looking for job. So as long as you secure a job offer, you will be able to extend your work permit. And if you stay in the country and work and paying tax long enough, you will be able to become a permanent resident, especially if your occupation is among the critical skill occupation list. You may shorten the time you become the permanent resident just within 3 years. Otherwise, it could be around 5 years. So currently, Ireland welcome talent in, let's say, IT, engineering programs, finance, accounting, and some other environment related program, and health related program as well. So in healthcare, it's not only about nursing, it's also about psychology. If you have an interest, psychology is also one of the in-demand occupation in Ireland. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Ireland has the fastest economic growth in the European Union. And currently, Ireland owed a lot of European headquarters for many big companies, enterprises like Google, Meta, Lincoln, Apple, and Pfizer. A lot of companies located. I mean, like they put their headquarters in Ireland. And about Maynooth University. So usually I would say that Maynooth would offer you the best of both worlds, because you will be study at Maynooth town, which located just about 25 kilometers outside Dublin. So let's say it's similar to, let's say you land in Dublin International Airport. You just need to take a bus or a taxi about 40 minutes to travel to Maynooth town. So it's kind of similar to Jakarta and going to Tangerang. So it's not so far. you have the freedom to travel back and forth between two locations, and you can rest assured to stay in Maynooth town to study. And because it's the Maynooth town, so technically it's smaller than Dublin city. However, this is a vibrant and student-centered town, where you will see like history meets the modern university life, and student will be our central of the town. And I mean, like when you are there, when you are there, you will see like everyone knows each other, and it's a really cozy place for students to study and, I mean, like, focus 100% on studying. And from Indonesia, from Jakarta, if you travel from there to Dublin International Airport, usually it will take around 17 hours. And Dublin Airport is really close to, I mean, like accessible to other countries as well, such as London or Paris, and some US city as well. So in general, Maynooth University was established. I mean, like we have a root of education from 1795 as an St. Patrick College, and until 1997, become the official constituent university of National University of Ireland. So let's say we both have like a long history and also have the modern phase. So when you go there, you will see like the two different sides of Maynooth University at the same time. And currently, Maynooth is hosting around 17,000 students from over 120 countries. And the number of international students in our student population is now around 23%. So the tuition fees for 26, 27 intake is ranging around 16,000 to 18,000 per year. The living expense in Maynooth is also lower than living expense in Dublin. Later I will have a slide that will show you like clearly around like about like how much you're gonna pay for the living expense if you live in Maynooth town. And especially we also have a partnership with International Engineering College of Fuzhou University in Fuzhou in China. So let's say if you have interest in studying engineering, especially the bachelor degree level, you will be able to consider the option via our partner at Fuzhou University. So it will be a dual degree program. You will earn a degree from Fuzhou University and Maynooth University at the same time. And we're currently expanding our partnership to another university in Anhui province in China as well. So technically you will have two options in China and the option in Ireland as well. Our subject ranking. So aside from being a top 3% university in the world, we also have like our outstanding subjects and area. Let's say in law and criminology, we rank number 1 in Ireland. And for psychology, we also rank number 2 in Ireland. And most of our students, they also have, I mean, like they submit application and they went to the social sciences programs a lot. For social sciences, it's not only about social work and early childhood education or child and youth care, but it's also about business and business applied. So I will show you like more details about what program included in the social sciences. So for Maynooth University student support, aside from the basic services you will have as an international student when you go to Maynooth University. Let's say we have medical counseling and well-being services for you throughout the time you study at Maynooth. We also have like services and counseling support for you whenever you need help regarding like budget planning or academic advising. And especially we also have like a really good 6-week orientation for our international student when they newly come to Ireland. So let's say if you need help to settle down in housing or traveling, transportation, just feel free to reach out to our international office for help. We also have people focus on the career and employability service for international students when during their study with us, and even after they graduate. So let's say for internship or field placement project, you will also have like a really good support from this employability services. on-campus accommodation. So let's say for some country, especially when you travel such a long way to study in a totally new country. So we recommend students to consider on-campus accommodation as well. So the cost for our on-campus accommodation is usually ranging from 5,500 to more than 7,000 euro per academic year. So technically, if you go for a master degree program, this is the cost you're gonna pay for housing. And the on-campus accommodation we usually located around our campus. So technically, you don't have to spend for traveling or transportation costs whenever you study at Maynooth University. And of course, we encourage students to apply as early as possible if you want to secure like a room at a good rate. So this is about the the estimate for the living cost in Maynooth town, especially when you go to Maynooth University. So usually it will be as low as 13,000 euro per academic year. And compared to living in Dublin, it could be up to 17,000 or 19,000 euro for the same period of time. So let's say going to Maynooth with a more affordable tuition fee and living costs as well. This is a really good selling point, a really good competitive point when you consider like Irish universities. We also have a student union which focus on like enhancing, improving your living and studying experience at Maynooth University. So you can go to our MSU for different purposes like activities, clubs, connecting with students, and you can also, I mean, like international students are really welcome to become our student ambassadors on campus as well. This is a really good opportunity for you to connect with the local fellows, to have something like to list on your CV, on your LinkedIn profile, and also to get a certificate and reference letter, really good reference letter of nominating for all of your hard work, your dedication to the student activities as well. So for the student ambassador, we really welcome students coming from like Southeast Asia, especially like Vietnam and Indonesia as well. I mean, like if you go to Europe, especially Maynooth University for studying abroad, you also have a chance to consider becoming an exchange student. I'm not sure if you have ever heard about the Erasmus exchange program in the past, but at Maynooth University, we have not only the Erasmus exchange program, but we also have the AUKUS exchange program. So we are the only Irish university member in this AUKUS European University Alliance. So with this opportunity, you will have a chance to go to another country outside Ireland to have a semester abroad. Also have like an internship abroad as well if you take a good chance on this opportunity. So let's say for through the AUKUS exchange program, you will be able to earn kind of like funding or financial aid to go abroad. So on the screen, I have a student portrait. Actually, this student went to Poland for his master degree. However, he spent a semester at Maynooth University for his exchange program, and he also worked at a digital marketing intern at Maynooth University. So technically, it's about like internship, but it's also about like the credits you're gonna earn from your exchange program. So technically, all of the credit you take from the exchange university is also be applied back to Maynooth University. So nothing lose when you spend time abroad, and it's also enhance your experience as a student, as an international student as well. And at Maynooth University, 93% of our students, they get employment within 6 months of graduation. And they also choose to go back to Maynooth University to leverage, to to continue their study to get the master degree or to get the PhD at Maynooth University as well. This is all thanks to the effort and the hard work of the Maynooth University Career and Employability Service. They support students a lot throughout different activities like career advice and information. We also have like community presentation for students who want to explore or connect with the local employers. And we also support student with like the mock interviews or CV review before they go for job hunting. And of course, we have a lot of like on-campus career fair for students to join and to connect with the local employer right on campus. So as a student in Ireland, you will have the legal right to work off campus up to 20 hours per week. This is regulation based on the Irish regulation. So technically, you have the legal right to have like part-time job during your semester, or if you have like a longer, I mean, like if your program is longer than 12 months and you have summer break, you also have a chance to work full-time during your summer. And after you graduate, if you graduate from a bachelor degree program, you will have 1 year to stay back in the country to look for job. And if you graduate from a master or PhD program, you will have a chance to stay in the country up to 2 years to look for job. So this is the list of the top programs in Southeast Asia. Actually, this is not all programs we have. It's just about it. They are just the program that have the top. I mean, like we have many applicants from Southeast Asia, from Indonesia and other countries. So in science and engineering, we have some programs that get the most attraction is, let's say, robotics and AI included, or design for UX and UI, or data science, especially the data science and analytics and computer science in different topics. For health sciences, we have psychology, we have pharmaceutical and biomedical chemistry, and Bachelor of Science as well. For education and social sciences related, we have Master of Education, Applied Linguistic and Intercultural Study, International Development, TESOL and EMI, and also PhD in education as well. Especially for the TESOL and EMI, this year we received really good interest from international students, because not only teaching English as a second language for international students, we also include the EMI component in the program. So EMI here means English Medium Instruction. So which means you can, from the program, after the program, you're not only able to teach English for students, but you also be able to teach other subjects in English as well. So let's say if you have if you are expertise in a certain field like business, for example, you want to become a university lecturer, you can also go through you can also pursue that career using this program as well, the MA, TESOL, and EMI. Our faculty will be open to have like interview with you if you don't have relevant background when you're applying. So it's we open to accept students from variable background. And for international development, this is a really good program for those who want to work on human development, or you want to invest in people talent, and let's say for social work or different projects that build up the let's say the student profile. For example, I do have an alumna from this program, and she's now become a university coach and work on the career orientation for many students at your age. And for business, we have many students enrolled in supply chain management, consumer insight, and branding strategy. This is a really good program if you have background in, let's say, communication, public relation, and psychology as well. Yeah. And for business, we also have business analytics. So if a student who doesn't have like enough credit or math subjects in their undergraduate program to pursue a data science program, they are encouraged to take the business analytics. And finance, because finance is now on the in-demand occupation list, and strategy, innovation, and IT enable innovation. So let's say for this program Master of Science in IT-enabled innovation. If you have background in business, let's say international business, and you would want to do something more improved, more enhanced, like IT included or AI included. You want to expand your career into something like more technology, more technical or AI included. You can also consider this IT-enabled innovation program, because this program actually it within the business school, but it open for students with no background in IT. So let's say from this program you will be able to earn knowledge for digital business and technology applying for business as well. So this is going to be a really good, really ideal combination between IT and business together. And we also have digital marketing and economics. Our MBA program is also a really good option for those who want to focus on business administration only. So for the MBA program, this program will have 16 months in length. So let's say you will have 10 months studying with the lecture in class, and then you will spend the remaining 6 months for the work placement. So technically for the 6 months, you will have to go to the actual workplace. And from that work placement, you also have a chance to earn income as well. For the DBA program, we also recently launched this one, and this is for those who want to get like PhD in business administration. This is a 4 years program, and it's really good. It's applicable for those currently working in the country and want to pursue like PhD, and which means you can also work and study at the same time for 4 years. And one of the good points for studying in Ireland is that most of our undergraduate program for bachelor degree is only for most of them can be complete within 3 years. So 3 years, but you will still earn an honors degree. Only few program, let's say the bachelor in pharmaceutical, it require you to complete the program in 4 years, but the rest will be 3 years only. And for postgraduate level, let's say you aim at a master degree, you can you only need to spend 1 year to finish the master degree program. Most of them will be 1 year, except for some like specific program like Master of Science in computer science. Some of them will have to be in 2 years. And for research master as well, research master usually for those who want to go into like research only. So for the research master, usually it has to be 2 years. And for Tosh master, like for courses only, no research or not heavy in research, it will be in 1 year. So technically, it will save your time when you want to, especially for those who already graduate from university and currently working, and you want to have like a short time studying, and it will not interrupt you from your career. So 1 year is really good. It's really ideal for you to get a higher degree in to add on to your CV or to get more knowledge into your career pathway. We do have a really good partnership and collaboration in the market. Let's say in technology, pharmaceutical, biopharmacy, and semiconductor, especially the semiconductor. Let me show you. So this is the company's map, the business map of the let's say the company enterprises currently operating in Ireland. So let's say there's a lot of big company that you can easily name from the screen. Let's say IBM or Intel for semiconductor, PayPal, TripAdvisor, and let's say we have Facebook. Meta is now Meta, so they have like their headquarters based in Ireland. And if you have interest in, let's say, computer science, I would suggest you to consider Ireland as well, because Ireland is usually known as the Silicon Isle of the Europe. Because we have a really, especially for semiconductor, we have a really complete semiconductors ecosystem. So for those who have know about semiconductor, it's actually a chip to run your laptop. So whenever you buy a laptop, you might have came across the information about your laptop chip. Like let's say you're gonna have like an Intel i5 or i7 chip for your laptop, that's gonna be like the semiconductor. It's the kind of like a hardware chip to run your laptop. And this is and for Ireland, we have a semiconductor ecosystem who work on that. So let's say if you want to do something aside from software subject, you can also consider this semiconductor focus, which will combine between hardware and software. Because nowadays AI is going to it's currently presenting a lot during our daily life, right? So doing something software is not enough anymore. Personally, I would encourage you to explore something like outside software, including hardware, and let's say in that combine between electronics, software, and hardware as well. So semiconductor is something like I would really want to highlight for you. So let's say in Ireland at the moment we have more than 20,000 people work in this field, and especially for Intel, they also have a really big advanced semiconductor factory located just 7 kilometers outside Maynooth University campus. So we also have a lab on campus sponsored by Intel for our students who work on robotics and embedded AI. So let's say when you go to Maynooth University, you will have variable options. Let's say the Master of Science in Data Science Analytics, Computer Science for Software Engineering, or Applied Software Engineering. We also have the robotics and robotic intelligent devices if you want to go from bachelor to master program as well. And especially for this one, the last one, the Master of Engineering Science for integrated chip design. This is the one that I mentioned about the semiconductor. So it's kind of like using software to design something like hardware. So it's really something like open and expanded for those who want to work with computer science or AI. So on the map, you may see this is like the system of companies located in Ireland who work on AI, computer science, and semiconductor related. So when you go to Ireland, you have like variable options and opportunities awaiting for you to graduate and jump into the work market, into the job market. So Maynooth is located right here in the county Kildare. So let along our county, there's a lot of company like Intel that I mentioned earlier, and the rest of the company working in the same area that you can explore and get a job opportunity when you graduate. And you can also go to Dublin as long as there's an opportunity, because from Dublin to Maynooth University is only 25 kilometers. And scholarship. So many students, they know about Ireland because of the government of Ireland scholarship, the GOI scholarship, right? It's really appealing, really attractive, that I cannot deny. However, this is really competitive as well. The government scholarship only offers 60 slot for students from multiple countries for the whole world. So technically, you will against around, let's say, more than 5,000 applicants for a slot of scholarship. So that's why we would encourage you to explore our internal scholarship as well, because the internal scholarship is open for only Maynooth University applicants. The competency will be lower. And although the scholarship is not up to 100%, but many of them up to 50% of your tuition fee. For this year, for this intake of 2026, we offer some merit-based scholarship. For example, the Vice President International School Scholar Award that worth up to 7,500. This is more than 50%, around 55-60% for some programs. And we also have some program-specific scholarship. Let's say for the MBA program, the scholarship is up to 5,000. And for the TESOL and Applied Linguistics, we offer up to 50% tuition fee as well. So there's a variable option for the student to apply as long as you follow the specific deadline from Maynooth University. You can always have a chance to get one of the scholarship on the screen. And for the following year, for the 2027 intake, we are working on issuing the automatically considered scholarship as well for our students. So as long as you apply to Maynooth University, you pass the admission round, you satisfy for let's say a firm offer or conditional offer, you will be able to be notified about the scholarship amount as well. So these will be updated for the following years, for the next year, because the scholarship on the screen actually only for 2026 intake. For the 2027 intake, we will work on to have more options on the scholarship for you as well. It could be the same, or it could be more than that, and more update on the format on how you get the scholarship. So it will be updated, I guess, like around the end of this year. So let's say if you want to apply to Maynooth University, for now you have to work on, aside from choosing a program, you also have to work on the English proficiency requirement as well. So for both our undergraduate and postgraduate level, we require the student to have an IELTS of 6.5 with no band score below 6. Duolingo is also accepted, but from the Embassy of Ireland who gonna access your visa application, they encourage to have IELTS. Other than that, we also accept like PTE or TOEFL, IBT, and if you have like years spent abroad in the English language spoken country like the UK, USA, or Australia, New Zealand, Nigeria, and Canada, we also consider that one as the group of language proficiency as well. For the postgraduate entry requirement, usually we accept the Indonesian bachelor degree program from a recognized institution, and the GPA required will be different based on the program you're applying to. So most of the time, the minimum required for most of our program is going to be 2.6 over 4. And for some other program, let's say, because it's more difficult, for psychology, for example, for computer science, we require up to 3.0 over 4. And the highest GPA required going to be 3.5 for, let's say, mathematics. And if you want to apply to Maynooth University, I would encourage you to prepare your application around 1 year in advance. So let's say if you aim at 2027 intake, October will be the time for you to submit your application. We will open our application portal for the following intake around October every year. And we currently focus on one intake only per year for September. January intake will shortly be open for specific programs in the future. And deadline to submit your application usually by the end of June. And however, there are gonna be some scholarship opportunities that are gonna be closed by March or by April or by May at the latest. So if you want to achieve like scholarship, you better apply early and then work on your scholarship applications. If nothing changed in the next intake, usually for the merit-based scholarship, we usually based on the fact that you have an offer from our program and you have a really attractive motivation letter. Currently, these are the two basic requirements for most of our merit-based scholarship. And for the automatically considered scholarship, there are gonna be some different factors that we will work on, and then we will update to you all in the future. So if you want to have like more information on the scholarship information, you can also check our website, or you can also contact IUTAMI or Tiara for more information in the future as well. So usually when you apply, we will review your application and issue an offer within 2 or 3 weeks. And on a common basis, if you have yet to work on your IELTS exam or any other English language test, we also able to issue you a conditional offer. Let's say if you are in the final years of your study and have yet to complete an IELTS exam, you can still apply with your in-progress transcript, and we will be able to issue you conditional offer. And for some program, we also require you to have a reference letter. It could be a professional reference letter from your employer, or academic reference letter as well. However, there will be no specific requirement in terms of like how long the reference letter gonna be, or the professor gonna be your direct teacher or something. So technically it's only academic or professional reference letter, and we will let you know when you apply. when you submit your application. And a little bit about your visa and immigration matters when you come to Ireland. So as an Indonesian student, if you apply, if you want to go to Ireland, you will need a visa as well to enter Ireland. However, there's gonna be a good thing that Indonesian student doesn't need to pay. You don't need to pay for the visa fee. You can apply for visa for free. And when you secure a visa, you will be able to cross the border, enter Ireland as a student. So when you already in Ireland, you will be requested to get this one, the Irish resident permit, we call IRP, to remain legally in Ireland as a student. Later, when you become, let's say, a worker after you graduate, you will be continue to renew this IRP to stay in the country to work. So for the first step, I believe that you're gonna need help from your agents like Tiara and IUTAMI. And for the second thing, ILP, you can refer to international office at Maynooth University for help. We will be able to guide you on like how you're gonna register for this one and anything you need to be prepared, to be aware of during our information section during the orientation. So this is gonna be explained really carefully from our international office. So technically, you don't have to worry anything about this one. Just need to know like what you have to prepare for the admission application, and then your agents will guide you on how to get a visa to Ireland. Okay, so I hope that you will have a good, like picture about studying in Ireland and at Maynooth University. And I hope that we still have time for a 5 minutes video. I have a video recorded by a student share about her journey on the first day studying at Maynooth University. So give me 1 second, please. Share. In the meantime, if you have any question about my presentation or need more information, just type in your message. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna share the video right now. Okay.
Xin chào, hôm nay là ngày đầu tiên mình đi đến trường từ Dublin đi về Maynooth. Mình đang trên đường đi tới bến xe buýt.
Ta-da! Trường Đại học Quốc gia Ireland Maynooth đã hiện ra trước mắt mình rồi đây. Trong lòng thị trấn Maynooth, những tòa nhà của Đại học Maynooth đã sừng sững ở đó từ những năm 1795, mặc dù trường được thành lập vào năm 1997. Trong ngày đầu tiên tới trường, mình được tham dự buổi chia sẻ các thông tin chung của khoa dành cho sinh viên, sau đó là buổi chia sẻ thông tin của riêng chuyên ngành mình học. Không quên lấp đầy chiếc bụng đói bằng bữa trưa do khoa chuẩn bị. Đây là cơ hội rất tuyệt vời để mình làm quen với những người bạn mới và thầy cô trong khoa. Ngay sau bữa trưa là buổi gặp mặt và chia sẻ dành riêng cho sinh viên quốc tế, nơi các thầy cô chia sẻ những thông tin vô cùng hữu ích như nhà ở, đăng ký thẻ cư trú, thẻ sinh viên. Ngoài ra đây cũng là thời gian cho mọi người kết nối cùng nhau. Đây là tòa TSI Building, nơi mình sẽ dành phần lớn thời gian học tập tại đây. Tòa nhà có bố trí khá nhiều ghế sofa, bàn học để tiện cho sinh viên nghỉ ngơi hoặc làm việc nhóm. Và đây là địa điểm yêu thích của mình, tòa thư viện phía nam của trường. Mình thường dành rất nhiều thời gian trong tuần để trốn ở thư viện, bởi không có nơi nào lý tưởng hơn thư viện cho việc học tập và nghiên cứu. Nếu bạn đến Maynooth University mà không nựng chú mèo KOL của trường thì thật là một thiếu sót. Chú mèo này thường xuyên nằm ở bờ tường cổng thư viện, được cho thức ăn và có lồng để nằm. Nổi tiếng là vậy nhưng chú mèo này lại vô cùng thân thiện, ai cũng có thể chạm vào. Trường Maynooth có 4 tòa ký túc xá, mình ở tòa Rai, nơi nhà trường phân bổ các sinh viên học chương trình sau đại học. Nơi đây chỉ cách TSI Building 3 phút đi bộ và cách thư viện 5 phút, một niềm hạnh phúc nho nhỏ cho mình khi mùa đông đã cận kề. Có thể nói mình đã rất may mắn khi đã đăng ký được chỗ ở trong ký túc xá của trường. Với vấn đề khủng hoảng nhà đất hiện tại của Ireland, tìm được nơi ở gọn gàng, sạch sẽ và đầy đủ tiện nghi, lại có giá vô cùng hợp lý ở bên ngoài gần như là một nhiệm vụ bất khả thi. Nằm ở thị trấn Maynooth, mang vẻ đẹp dịu dàng, thơ mộng và yên bình, Đại học Maynooth là một không gian học tập cực kỳ hợp gu với mình. Trường chỉ cách thủ đô Dublin khoảng 25 km, tức khoảng 30 đến 45 phút đi xe buýt, nên mỗi khi cần tham gia sự kiện hay dạo chơi ở thủ đô thì việc di chuyển cũng vô cùng dễ dàng. Ngoài ra, chi phí sinh hoạt ở Maynooth cũng rẻ hơn Dublin một chút. Ấn tượng ban đầu của mình về trường Đại học Maynooth là trường rất rộng, xanh và trong lành, những tòa nhà cổ kính xen kẽ với những tòa nhà hiện đại, phù hợp với mọi phong cách check-in. Tuy nhiên, điểm mình ấn tượng nhất phải kể đến đó là trường có rất nhiều không gian cho sinh viên tự học hay thảo luận nhóm. Ngoài những block riêng dành cho việc học nhóm, còn có những bàn ghế dọc hành lang hay trên sân trường để sinh viên có thể ngồi lại, đọc sách và nghỉ ngơi bất cứ lúc nào. Thỉnh thoảng mình sẽ bắt xe buýt hoặc đi tàu lên Dublin chơi. Dublin nhộn nhịp và sôi động, nhưng chỉ cần ở Dublin khoảng một ngày là mình đã bắt đầu nhớ Maynooth nhỏ bé và dịu dàng của mình rồi. Maynooth nhỏ hơn Dublin nên mọi người có thể dễ dàng nhận ra nhau ở trên đường và không quên dành cho nhau những câu hỏi thăm. Do mình từng gặp một số rắc rối khi ổn định ở ký túc xá nên một số cô chú an ninh nhớ mình rất rõ. Một lần khi mình đang đi trên đường, cô an ninh lái xe ô tô nhìn thấy mình và ngay lập tức tấp vào lề đường để hỏi thăm xem mình đã ổn chưa. Thậm chí cô còn đưa số điện thoại cá nhân của cô cho mình. Có lẽ đó là điều ấm áp và an ủi đến với mình, tiếp cho mình động lực để vượt qua những thời khắc khó khăn nhất. Nếu bạn cũng như mình, cũng yêu sự yên tĩnh, những vẻ đẹp tự nhiên bình dị, mình tin rằng bạn cũng sẽ muốn một ngày nào đó trở thành sinh viên của Đại học Maynooth. Cho đến bây giờ, mình vẫn rất vinh dự và tự hào vì được làm một phần của ngôi trường này, cũng như là một cư dân của thị trấn Maynooth xinh đẹp. Còn bây giờ thì, see ya!
So I hope you also enjoy the environment at Maynooth University. So I was there around 2 weeks ago, and like walking in Ireland is something really common every day. So when you come to Maynooth University, the first thing you will see is the old campus, the castle that's surrounding in a really big area. And then you pass on that castle, you will see the modern part of the university. So that's my background. That's one of the library for international students. And in between the modern and the ancient campus, you will see the Black Cat. He has been at our university for more than 10 years. Actually a stray cat. And surprisingly, like someone on campus has given him like house and food on that area, so he stayed there all the time. So whenever students pass on that area, they will see the cat. And I mean, like he has somehow become our mascot, unofficial mascot, but everyone know about him. So I mean, like when you come to Maynooth University, we feel like this is a more family for everyone to stay, to study, and to connect together. So in not only Maynooth town, but also in Ireland, when it comes to, let's say, Dublin city, people on the street, they're really friendly. They just, as long as they see you, they will say hello, no matter what, no matter like for what reason, just a simple hello. It's really friendly and it's safe when you stay in Ireland. So I hope you have like a really good impression on Maynooth University and Ireland from this section. And if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know.
All right, Han, thank you so much. It's very comprehensive, and I would say that the campus is indeed beautiful. It's a very it feels very European. I don't know if that's the right word to say it. It feels like I remember like part of your part of your presentation, you were saying that it's a very good environment to focus and to just basically like just absorb whichever experience, like to be able to like immerse in the in your academic journey, and as well to be able to experience like a less stressful environment, like after you study, you finish your class, then you go back home, and like just to be able to walk through like the neighborhoods and the environment. I think it's like from my end, I think it's a very calming environment. All right. So we will read some of the questions that we have. So should we take a major? So from Russell, should we take a major with the same tech major the same with our previous major, or can it be different? Yeah, this is assuming like a cross-discipline type of student. Maybe they studied differently for bachelor's and then they want to pursue a different degree for master's.
So the requirement on having a kind of relevant major in the past with the new programs gonna be dependent on which program you're going to. So let's say for some business program like business management or IT enable innovation, they not require you to have a relevant background. Technically, you can come from different or any background as long as you have a 4-year degree, bachelor degree. And in the case that you don't have a bachelor degree program relevant to the master degree, for example, we also be able to base on your work experience. It depends on the program that we may require from 3 years of work experience, 5 years, or up to 10 years, depending on the programs. And for example, for the MAT, SON, and EMI, the faculty, they also tell me that they can base on an interview to design your eligibility in the program as well. So for some program, it's really open in regard of like relevant background or not.
Okay. So relevant background can be, so the relevant background can refer to like their working experience, or say for example, like the student only has like under 3 years of work experience, can we still do cross-discipline?
For some program, yes, like they require 1, 2, or 3 years. But for some higher level program, let's say for MBA, it require up to 5 or 10 years for experience. Because for the MBA, usually at the management level already, so we require like a really strict requirement on that. But for some other program like business analyst or business management, it will require like less years of work experience.
Okay, amazing. So, ini jawab dari pertanyaan Kak Russell, bisa, tapi tergantung majornya juga ya. Kalau misalnya emang majornya lumayan fleksibel, itu bisa. Dan yang kedua adalah bisa dikompensasi juga dengan pengalaman kerja. Kalau memang dirasa paling tidak minimal 3 tahun pengalaman kerja, bisa cross major, harusnya aman. Oke, kemudian oke, sorry, tapi untuk beberapa tadi kalau misalnya majornya membutuhkan pengalaman kerja yang lebih lama, kayak misalnya MBA atau beberapa yang ke engineering gitu, itu tetap kalau bisa minimal di 5 tahun. Nah, kemudian, okay, next question, how long will the internship be? And then I think this will be concurrent. We said the internship, how much is the proof of funds to get there? And yeah, I think, okay, these are like, I think, 3 concurrent questions because it regards to like financial capacity of the student. So for a part-time worker, how much does he usually pay per hour? So 3 questions.
Okay. So usually if you go for part-time job in Ireland as a student, we will base on the national minimum wage. Let's say at the moment it is now around 14.15 euro per hour. So the raise has been effective since early of this January 26. So it technically slightly increase every year. So it will be updated every year. And for now, if you work part-time, you expect the national minimum wage. But however, like when you become, let's say, official worker or graduate, you have the freedom to negotiate your salary with the employer directly.
Right. So I think it will be a different compensation when you are a student and then when you graduate already, right?
Yes,
And then
but
for internship as
but
well.
you can start from the minimum. Yeah, start from the minimum wage.
Okay. And what about internship?
Usually the internship will be about 3 to 6 months. Let's say it also depends on how long you want to be. So for the MBA, it required to be 6 months. But for other program, it could be around 3 months as well, depending on the program structure and also let's say the requirements. You also have compensation from the internship as well. So for most of program, especially the MBA, we try our best to place you in paid internship. But in the worst case, if you cannot settle down in a paid internship at a company, we also have an actual project for you at a company to work on. So usually for that one, you will become like a project consultant. You will be given an actual case study, an actual problem at the company, and you will work as a team to solve that problem for the company. So it will be like two format, two kind of like internship for the MBA program.
Okay, great. So ini untuk jawab juga tadi minimum salary itu pasti apa namanya? Sorry, kalau misalnya studentnya masih part-time worker pasti dibayarnya minimum salary dan itu dibayarnya per jam. Nah, kalau apa namanya, apakah bisa untuk mengcover living cost? Nanti mungkin dari Kak Tami bisa share juga estimasi living cost di Ireland berapa. Nanti bisa matematikain juga gitu ya, kayak kira-kira bisa nge-offset berapa persen. Nah, kemudian yang kedua, ini kalau dari sekolahnya sebenarnya per program itu masing-masing ada kesempatan untuk internship. Dan memang dari universitasnya pasti bakal ngusahain untuk ngasih magang yang berbayar. Kalau misalnya memang contoh kayak MBA program, kalau misalnya emang slotnya nggak cukup gitu ya untuk internship yang berbayar, pasti tetap ada juga special project yang bisa dikerjain sebagai, jadi kita posisi sebagai konsultan di apa namanya di sekolahnya itu. Um, I think sorry just another, I think this is another sequential question as well. So because I think the question about the estimate of part-time salary is basically to address like the living costs that student can offset. So prior to arrival, how much of funds do they have to showcase in their bank account?
Is it a question for the visa or?
Yes.
Okay, so for the tuition fee, in terms of the tuition fee required when you come to the visa application, this is generally required to have at least to pay at least 6,000 euro when you apply for your visa. 6,000, but the minimum amount to deposit to confirm your offer when you have an offer is 1,000. So I mean, like, let's make it into a timeline. So when you have an offer, you are required to pay at least 1,000 euro to deposit. And then when you apply for visa, you need to pay up to 6,000. So in total, 6,000 at the visa application time. And before you officially enrolled at Maynooth University, which means you already have visa and then you will go to Maynooth University, you are required to pay fully 1 year.
Okay. So no installment?
Installment, we are working on that. So let's say if you want to, after you pay 6,000 euro for the visa application, until you enroll, you can also break down the remaining fees into like different payment as well. We're working on that to settle payments for the student in the next year.
Okay. So, but I'm sorry, but the 6,000 euro is simply to showcase to the visa officer, right? It's
Yes.
not going to the university.
No, actually, it had to be paid to the university as proof of tuition fee. So that's the requirement from the visa officer. Yeah. So technically, you have to send over that amount of money to the university for visa application. But it's also up to you. If you open to pay like the full amount, it's also accepted. And aside from the tuition fee, we also need to, I mean, like the Irish student visa also require you to have to showcase that you have proof of living expense. So usually the amount required for living expense will be additional 10,000 euro for a 1-year program. So if you have if you're going to Ireland for a longer program, longer than 1 year, you also need to prepare additional living expense for that. So it's gonna be showcased on your, let's say, bank statement in the past 6 months, and you can also put it in your saving as well. So the visa officer, they will have like a list of documents they want to see to understand your financial establishment in the country. Like after this section, I'm gonna share you the slide, the list of documentation expected from the visa officer in Indonesia. I'm gonna share with that with you. The slide was shared by the visa officer in Indonesia in February. So I think the information there is still applicable.
Yeah, great. Sorry. So based on this, I would summarize that there are two types of funds. The movable funds, which is like to fund the university, and the one that is, sitting on your bank statement, basically proving that you still have cash reserves to continue the study, right?
Yeah. So technically, the student need to show that aside from the 10,000 living expense, if you haven't paid the rest of the tuition fee for 1 year, you also need to include it in your bank statement or saving as well.
Okay, alright, great. Jadi teman-teman, kalau untuk bank statement ke Ireland, jadi ada dua jenis dana yang perlu disediakan. Jadi dana yang bergerak. Jadi dana yang bergerak ini adalah untuk membiayai biaya perkuliahan. Sama yang kedua adalah biaya yang akan dipakai untuk nge-cover cost of living ke depannya. Nah, jadi kalau misalnya pada saat proses pendaftaran visa, ada dua hal yang perlu diperlihatkan. Ada tiga. Pertama adalah bank statement 6 bulan terakhir. Kemudian yang kedua, berarti ada 4 ya. Ada 4 bank statement 6 bulan terakhir. Kemudian yang kedua adalah kalau misalnya kita kan untuk tahap visa belum bayar full ya tuition fee-nya. Berarti kita harus memperlihatkan ada rekening atau dana yang mengendap itu yang bisa ngebiayain biaya 1 tahun ke depan selama program kuliah. Itu baik sisa dari tuition-nya plus untuk cost of living.
Sorry sis, 1 tahun tuition, 1 tahun living cost yang diminta, persyaratannya itu berapa ya?
Kalau tadi yang jadi cost of living-nya itu tadi kan kalau nggak sengaja bentar, aku tadi ngitungnya kalau housing itu di sekitar 7.000 sampai 8.000 ya per tahun. 7.000 sampai 8.000, kita estimasikan mungkin dalam 1 bulan 1.500 kali ya. Itu udah sama apartemen, udah sama tempat tinggal. Tuh berarti kayak mungkin ya anggapannya kita 1 tahun belajar 1.500 kali 12. Nah, di samping itu kita juga harus punya bukti bahwa pertama kita udah bayar deposit ke kampus, sama yang kedua kita udah bayar installment pertama untuk tuition deposit. Jadi ya mungkin ada 4 ya yang perlu diperhatiin nanti. Nanti juga dari Han bakal kirimin breakdown cost-nya berapa gitu ya yang perlu kita siapin, dan juga untuk visa application-nya seperti apa.
Iya, kayaknya kita perlu ini deh, perlu details mengenai ini, soalnya kalau 1.500 kali 12 itu 18.000, and biasanya Europe itu di angka 10.000, paling banyak 12.000. Tapi let's find out about Ireland, karena biasanya different country, different requirements.
Okay. Sorry, and based on your experience, does it exceed more than 10,000 euros for like the sitting amount on the bank?
You mean should a student have more than 10,000?
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely encouraged, because sometimes the minimum requirement is just there as a minimum one. So in Vietnam, for example, agents also encourage students to have a little bit surplus on top of 10,000 euro to just in case. Sometimes the visa officer in at the Irish embassy, they might contact student to have like add-on proof of funds when they review during their review of application. So just in case, be prepared to have like a little bit more add-on to the minimum requirement.
Okay. If, for example, they deem it as less than it should, or like the student has to add more money to it, the visa application is not going to be rejected, right? It's going to be revised.
Yeah, it depends on the visa officer as well. But usually, in the application, in my observation and past experience, if they submitted the application with the minimum requirement, and the visa officer want to see more, they will contact the student instead of rejecting the student.
Okay.
However, aside from the saving account showing your group of fund, you also need to showcase like how you earn that money. Like how you get that such amount of money. Would it be like justified by your source of income? Let's say your employment, or if you have any sponsor for that tuition fee and living expense, you have to include the person information into your application.
Okay, amazing. Oke, jadi teman-teman sebenarnya kalau di Ireland itu pasti mereka ada apa namanya minimum dana minimum ya yang kita harus buktikan dalam bank account. Nah, cuman yang fleksibel dari Ireland ini adalah kalau misalnya memang pada saat kita udah masukin visa, udah daftar buat visa, dan mereka merasa kayaknya untuk jaga-jaga gitu ya, studennya kayaknya perlu lebih gitu. Mereka pasti bakal melakukan revisi. Revisinya itu biasanya kita ditelepon dan diminta nambahin dana lagi. Nah, mungkin yang bikin ini beda sama negara lain, biasanya negara lain kalau dia rasa, ini kayaknya duitnya nggak cukup gitu ya, pasti kan bakal di-reject. Jadi kalau dari Ireland, mereka pasti masih ada second chance, dan sebenarnya juga ini untuk hal yang baik ya, karena yang mereka mau lihat sebenarnya adalah compliance. Aku sih yakin ya kalau anak-anak Indo pasti nggak ada yang neko-neko kalau objektifnya adalah untuk belajar. Tapi memang ini kita ngomongnya soal financial risk. Jadi kalau misalnya memang dirasa perlu ada bantalan yang lebih tebal gitu ya untuk studennya, pasti mereka akan transparan juga untuk persiapan studennya. Oke. Now, on to another question. From me, I have an associate degree in international trade and 7 years of working experience in the same field. Is it possible for me to transfer credits to Master of Science in International Business?
So, from my understanding that the student already have an associate degree with years of experience. So let's say you can use that. With that background, you can totally apply for the Master of Science for International Business as first year student. Because the program is only 1 year. So with that background, you can totally apply. Yeah.
Okay.
Although the associate degree is not honor degree or 4-year degree, but with the years of experience, I think you totally eligible for it.
Okay. So there's no need to have a bachelor degree. That's first. But second of all, credit transfer is not necessarily needed because it's a very straightforward program, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ya, bisa silakan apply kami kalau mau dengan backgroundnya kami harusnya udah cukup associate degree-nya maksudnya meskipun associate degree gitu ya dan bukan S1 itu udah dikompensasi dengan pengalaman kerjanya yang udah panjang, dan kemudian kalau transfer kredit memang itu belum bisa dilakukan karena memang programnya udah singkat ya, jadi sebenarnya udah nggak ada kayak mata kuliah dasar gitu-gitu, mereka langsung straightforward ke mata kuliah yang memang udah advance. Kemudian, from Romi Saputra, is the work placement for master degree or bachelor? So if so, does master degree also include job placement? So the total study will exceed more than a year?
So actually not all programs would include a field placement up to 6 months. So far, actually, only MBA does. And some other program at master level, they would include a project or thesis as the final submission before ending. Typically, a top master will be 10 or 11 months in length, and the rest of time will be for exam before you, finish the program.
Okay. So it's
And
basically happening in concurrence, right?
Yes. And for bachelor degree level, it's also include the field placement, work placement, or final thesis as well. Sometimes you can also choose to go abroad for the internship or the semester abroad. So that's why the program, some 3 years program bachelor level may be prolonged up to 4 years. That's why. But typically, most program will include something like as a final project or final thesis for you to work on before you finish your study. And some special program will have like field placement up to 6 months, like MBA.
Okay, great. Oh, so okay, it's already answered as well by Hanh in the chat box. Ya, so yep, intinya adalah mirip yang kayak kemarin ya, kita obrolin juga. Ada beberapa magang tuh modelnya capstone project. Jadi pada saat dia sudah masuk semester akhir, pengalaman magangnya itu atau placementnya bakal diserap sebagai bagian dari SKS dan juga nanti bagian dari persyaratan untuk lulus kuliah. Okay. Anything? Do we still have any questions?
Teman-teman ada yang mau raise hand nggak? Karena ini mumpung ada Han, perwakilan dari Maynooth langsung, dan ini masih fresh banget karena baru balik dia 2 minggu yang lalu. Tadi ngelihat suasananya sih, sahdu banget ya, cocok buat teman-teman yang suka sama slow living. Ya, jadi Arlan ini, meskipun kalau kita lihat, wah, opportunity-nya gede banget loh, karena ada banyak banget tadi Han udah sempat ngasih lihat ada banyak banget perusahaan multinasional yang ada di sana ya, the multinational company yang benar-benar tuh Indeed ada di situ, terus ada Twitter juga ya, sekarang namanya X ya, kemudian ada Meta, ada macam-macam. Nah, meskipun sebanyak itu multinational company-nya, kalian bisa tetap menikmati slow living-nya. Itu hebatnya Ireland. Ada pertanyaan dari Romi. Sepertinya Romi mau itu nggak? Mau book on cam nggak? Mau open mic nggak? Sis Tiara mau
Oke,
bacain?
nggak apa-apa. Dibacain
Yeah,
aja.
sure.
Oke,
Yeah, kedengaran suaranya, sorry.
aman.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the time anyway. So I just wanna make clear about the job placement. So which is like for master degree, there's not like a must or like we cannot choose like one job placement or one doing the what is it called like the projects. So I mean like example like if I just want to choose like job placement because I feel like job placement is like more opportunity like for getting back to the workplace or something like that. But I mean like if like the project thesis like so this kind of opportunity is it like depend or we can just choosing? Thank you.
Okay. So for your questions, actually it will be the mix of it. So it's back to the origin that it depends on your program as well. So for some program, you will actually have 2 options, going to the thesis or going to the job placement. However, for the job placement like for each of the pathway, it will have limit as well. So let's say for thesis, we only accept, let's say 30 slot for thesis student. If already fulfill, you will have to go to the job placement. So for the job placement, it's also a cap for that as well. So some program may offer you options to go either for thesis or job placement, but some other program would only conclude with the capstone project. So I would encourage you to, firstly, if you have already finalized with an option with a program at Maynooth University, you can always go into our website for the course detail. So it will list out like specifically which subjects you're gonna take and what other component included in the program as well. So from there, you will be able to learn to know about like what you're gonna take during the program. And because Maynooth University is a kind of like research focused university, so we are most program will be included on the capstone project or the thesis to finalize the program. Some other program that include the field placement like MBA, that you can see the program length is longer than the regular one. Most master program like 1 year, it will be ended within 11 or 10 or 11 months. But for MBA, because you go for the job placement, for the field placement, the program is up to 16 months. The living expense for that also, I mean, like more than the regular master. So it will be, I mean, like master program in Ireland will work that way. So I would encourage you to look into the course outline first to know more about the program structure. Yeah. So my I mean like the answer for this is gonna be in the mix and depend on programs.
Okay, great.
All right. Thank you so much for the answer, Miss Han. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, I'll just translate this one. Do you have any age limit for bachelor's degree?
No, as long as you satisfy for the admission requirement, there's no age limit at all. So far for the bachelor degree program at Maynooth University, we require the student to have because the national curriculum SMA at Indonesia is currently not accepted for the direct entry. We are working on that to remove this requirement. So later in the future, hopefully next year, SMA graduate gonna be accepted directly to bachelor degree to year one. At the moment, the current regulation is that the student need to get a diploma level 2, if I remember correctly, from Indonesia to get to year one of bachelor. Or if you already have like high school graduation and you have 1 year or 2 year at a university, you don't need to finish that program, but I mean like you have 1 year, fully 1 year complete at university level. You can also use that one to apply to the bachelor degree as well. In some cases, I mean like this is gonna be case by case, but if you have years of experience, you can also use that one. We can always bring that to the faculty for more consideration.
Okay. So basically there's no age limit, but in order for them to pursue the degree, they have to take the foundation year, right? Is that correct?
Yes, if they don't have like sufficient or they are not eligible for direct entry, they can also go to the foundation year as well, as a regular basis. For mature student, it's as I say, additional years of study in postgraduate level or work experience can also be considered.
Oke, oke. Ya berarti mirip sama master ya teman-teman. Sebenarnya kalau misalnya ada working experience juga, gapnya antara kuliah ke ke S1 sempat ada pengalaman kerja itu juga bisa dipakai. Jadi nggak perlu pakai apa namanya, pakai qualifying year atau mungkin foundation. Oke, yeah, I think. Okay, sorry to keep you here, and we kind of like overran for for almost half an hour. But I think yeah, it's a good thing as well that the audience are very enthusiastic about this. Um, I will refer this back to you. Maybe do you have any closing statement or anything that the students need to remember when bearing in mind why they should choose Maynooth and why specifically, because I think just like I think this is something that you're also aware, Indonesian students are very into, a very select destinations. So Ireland specifically is actually pretty a pretty novel destination, right, to consider. So yeah, I'll give the mic to you to confess them.
Okay. So first of all, I mean like you all again for staying with us till the end of the presentation today and really appreciate all of your questions. So if you have additional questions or you need further assistance about Maynooth University, our programs or how to apply, you are welcome to contact me via WhatsApp or email as well. And if you have I mean like if you have finalized your intention to apply, you can also reach out to one of our two ladies here, like IUTAMI and Tiara, for further assistance. And if because it's now too late for 2026 intake, right? So I look forward to welcoming you to Maynooth for the 2027 intake. So October will be the time for you to consider and initiate your application. Also, keep an eye on our updates for the scholarship as well. So it's not only the government scholarship, but also our internal scholarship. You are welcome to try. I mean, like all all ways, every way to make it to reduce your financial burden as well, or to get some kind of like academic award into your academic journey with Maynooth University. So again, thank you so much for your attention, for your time spending with us, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I mean, like online or offline.
Great. Thank you so much, Anne. I think from my end, definitely, Maynooth University is worth consideration for many reasons. I would also say, specifically for students who are very into their expertise, their crafts, you also need to account environment. I get it that maybe, it's quite intriguing. It's quite interesting to see like how things are operating in the central of the city. But definitely, in order to focus on your study, to hone your craft, you need a certain level of focus that I would say Maynooth University could definitely provide. I'll give this back to Utami.
Okay, I wouldn't say a lot because you guys already wrapped this meeting with a very beautiful event. Aku cuma mau bilang sama teman-teman bahwa kesempatan itu nggak datang dua kali, teman-teman. Kita udah banyak banget ngejambrengin universities, udah banyak banget ngejambrengin apa sih keunggulannya dari setiap negara yang berbeda-beda. Dan aku pengen teman-teman semakin tajam untuk melihat kebutuhan kalian. Jadi jangan lihat uni ini bagus, tapi apakah ini menjawab kebutuhan kalian? Aku nggak akan lama-lama ngobrolnya, karena kalian udah lihat tadi mainnya itu bagus banget dan Han udah bawa kita tour ya, sebentar ya, e-tour dan aku juga seneng ngelihatnya karena aku suka slow living, jadi so I love that. Terus semua yang disajikan tadi, ini university yang bagus, programnya juga banyak banget, so don't wait untuk opportunity yang bisa kalian ambil. Tapi pastikan ini sesuai sama apa yang jadi tujuan kalian. Jadi untuk menentukan sesuatu tuh tarik dulu tujuannya apa. Kalau udah ketemu tujuannya, kalian mau ngapain di tengahnya ini gampang nentuinnya. Dan aku dan Tiara itu siap untuk membantuin kalian. Oke, gitu aja. Selamat malam teman-teman. Kita foto bareng dulu sebelum semuanya selesai ya. Oke. Ada yang mau buka kamera? Oke, thank you teman-teman. Oke, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tiara. Thank you so much, Han. See you the
Thank
next
you, everyone.
one. Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good
Have
night.
a nice evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Anne. See you soon. Bye bye.